Would you bleed for me?
What is up, you guys? So, I realized that I didn't film a video last week and I am deeply sorry for that. There's two reasons behind that, and they're probably two of the laziest reasons ever. The first one is that I really couldn't think of anything to talk about. That's an issue. Being in one mind, thinking one topic, and know what to do anything like challenges with. That's a problem. I realized that when I was not home on Saturday that I didn't record a video, and that I couldn't because I wasn't home, so I couldn't film a last minute video. So sorry, I promise I will get better and upload on the times that I say I'm going to upload, because I made the promise when I made a YouTube channel. So for the topic of this video, I decided why not just combine a bunch of my recent favorites at the moment, as well as some of the weirdest videos, or not videos, movies I have watched on Netflix recently, because there's a lot of them. I find weird movies on Netflix and I don't know how and I don't know why, but I do, and it just happens, people. The first things I'm going to talk about that are my favorites are books. I have three of them. The first one is this book. It's not really a book, it's more of a collection of poems, and it's called Lullabies by Len Lev, and I'm really big into poetry, but not the poetry that like you rhyme with, the poetry that like, oh, that's a really abstract way to describe snow, that kind of poetry. No, the poems in here are like really cool and they just make you think and they're fun to read, so I will link all of the books in the description. I got this one from Amazon. The second book is actually a funny story behind this book. I was on Tumblr, as most teenagers do in our day and age, and I saw a picture and there was a cup of coffee and a pair of sunglasses in this book, and I'm like, huh, I'll check the book out and see if it's good. Well, it was. I read the description and I loved it, and it's called Blaze. There's this kid named Jamie, he's 13, he smokes Oxycontin, he's a little weird, and his mom is a drunk. He ends up having to pick her up from a bunch of bars because she can't drive herself home. And he ends up moving in with his father in San Francisco, and ends up becoming part of the San Francisco scene and meets a lot of cool people, and it's a really good book, and I actually got a lot of the bands I listen to. My favorite quotes are in here, so this is actually the first book that I started highlighting in, because normally I don't like highlighting in books, but this is a really good book and you should check it out. The last book of this video is a classic. It's called Brave New World. It's by Aldous Huxley, and it's kind of weird because Aldous Huxley was the first person to actually think of this concept before science did. In the book, he described that this world was created, figured out a way to make 96 embryos from one egg. It's a little weird. Basically, there's 96 twins in each set of embryos they create. It's kind of this perfect world where nothing goes wrong. It's weird, but it's good. And the ending was kind of sad, but it was awesome. So, the second types of favorites that I'll be doing is Twitter accounts. Recently, I revamped, whatever you want to call it. I made a new Twitter, basically. I will link my new Twitter in the description box. And I've started following some new people, and I really like their tweets. This one is @professionally. They kind of have just kind of like a Tumblr post tweet vibes to them, and they're really cool, and I love them. The second one is @RealGoodVibe. They're more of like a trippy tweet account. The third one is Guru Samsara. It's kind of like a mind tweet, so they talk about like just trippy mind things that do not help whatsoever, but if you follow them, you will understand what I mean. Next one is @KoiFresco, and he is awesome. His mind is phenomenal. His YouTube videos, he's actually a YouTuber, I will link his YouTube in the description. His YouTube is really cool, it's really educational, but he does a cool spin on it, and I really like to meet this guy because he's awesome and his mind is amazing. The next one is @ThirdMinded, and they're again one of those trippy tweet accounts. The next one is Alexis G. Zoll, and she is a YouTuber as well. I will link her YouTube in the description. She's really funny and really adorable, and I love her, and I hope to meet her someday. And the last one is @It'sMikey Murphy, He is also a YouTuber. Again, link will be in the description to his YouTube. He's really funny and really adorable, and I'd love to meet him too as well one day. So basically the next thing I'm going to do is the weirdest movies I've watched on Netflix. So I will give the description of the movie and basically what I thought of the movie. The first one is called Electrick Children, and the description says, an idealistic teen from a devout Mormon family believes that she's been impregnated by listening to music and travels to Las Vegas to find her father. Oh, it sounds kinda normal, a little bit, slightly. It's not. It's kind of weird, and I felt like it was very vague and very open-ended, and nothing really came to a conclusion. Like, when I finished the movie, I didn't feel like, oh, I now know what happened. The next one, I watched it a while ago, but it's still just as weird. Warning, before I give the description, if you have epileptic seizures, don't watch it, because there's a lot of flashing and a lot of colors, and I had trouble watching it because it got obnoxious after a while. The description says, when a drug dealer in Tokyo is shot in a police raid, his spirit leaves his body in a hallucinatory odyssey that merges his past, present, and future. It's trippy. If a movie could ever be on drugs, this would be the movie that would, because it is on drugs. I didn't even finish it because I couldn't. I had no clue what was going on. I was very confused. It doesn't even have that much dialogue. It's kind of just sitting there and watching. It's really weird, but it was kind of a good movie. Kinda. Maybe. The next one is called All the Wilderness. And this one I actually just watched the other day, and again, I thought this movie was very vague and open-ended as well. I didn't feel like I knew what happened at the end. The description says, after his father dies, teenager James retreats to isolation and rebelliousness until two new friends introduce him to the underground music scene. My only comment about the description is that in the movie they only went to an underground music scene once, and the description made it sound like it was very prevalent in the movie, and it wasn't. So, but James, this kid, seems to have a very weird obsession with death. I don't understand that. The next one is called It's Such a Beautiful Day, and this is kind of like an animated stick figure movie. The description says, award-winning animator Don Hetzerfeld unites 3 short films about a hapless guy named Bill with new material to create his feature-length film. But it's not happy and like cheery little stick figure animation film. It's weird. It's creepy. It's a little, I don't even think I finished watching this one either. It's also very repetitive. Like, they say the same things like over and over again for a while, and then they go to a new topic. It's really weird. I don't think I would recommend this one, even though, ironically, it has almost 5 stars. Maybe it's just my opinion. I ain't a movie critic, but it's a little weird. The last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is music favorites at the moment. Kind of listen to iTunes Radio Alternative Station because I'm really big into alternative music. That's kind of the station that I listen to when I want to find new music. But a couple of my favorites right now are I Don't Want to Be in Love by Dark Waves. I actually saw him at Summerfest live, and he's really cool. He's kind of like an upcoming artist. That song, the other one is From Now On by Delta Spirit. And again, I found this on the iTunes radio station, and I really love it. It's kind of a road trip song. The next one is Dirty Paws by Of Monsters and Men. I don't normally listen to Of Monsters and Men, but I actually really like this song. Its lyrics are kind of cute too. The next one is called Vagabond by MisterWives, and this is a good song too. The next one is Graveyard Whistling by Nothing But Thieves. This one is kind of a chill out, relaxing, think about your thoughts kind of song. The next one is Happiest Man on Earth. That one is another road trip song, and I enjoy it very much. I'll also link all of these songs in the description, like the iTunes links, so you can check those out as well. Again, guys, I'm sorry for not uploading on Saturday last week. I apologize. I promise I'll be on time for the rest of my videos in my YouTube adventure. I will see you next Saturday. Do not forget to comment, like, subscribe if you want to see more. All my social media links will also be in the description. So yeah, I will see you next Saturday. Bye!
You were dancing in your tube socks in a hotel room.